One of 9 Jordan 11s for this holiday season is here, following up on the recent Jordan 11 Rare Air. Yeah, it's here, I guess. Air Jordan 11 Pearl. And the shoe is dropping on November 11th for $235 in the United States. It is a woman's exclusive. It is also very expensive, but it is what it is. And initially, this shoe was dubbed the grand finale, but officially it is just a pearl. That's what it says on sneakers. There's nothing tying into any type of finale on the description on sneakers, but we all know their description is about as lazy as me on a weekday. But the pearl is what I'm going to refer to this colorway from now on. And it is, of course, one of 9 11s that's dropping this holiday season. Probably one of the ones that doesn't excite me much. It's just a very simple looking shoe. It can look kind of elevated or sophisticated in certain angles. How simple it is, going for that luxury look, but just doesn't excite me too much. However, with that said, pretty sure it is going for a different target audience than a dummy like me. So if you like the shoe, you're very justified. And the materials on the shoe, it does replace the usual ballistic nylon mesh. So it's all leather. The leather here, I'll start with the mudguard. We usually see the patent leather. It actually feels decently thick, so it's not like super flimsy like a lot of patent leather can come on the 11s. Now what makes this kind of pearlish or a bit elevated looking in terms of just the colors is this almost reflective sheen that you see on the mudguard area. And the leather elsewhere does feel pretty decent. You don't get like a ton of that texture that you might see on other 11s. It is nothing super premium. Now moving on to the ankle area, wrapping around to the booty of the shoe. The white leather here, you get this kind of rubber synthetic finish to it with the Jumpman on the heel. So the Jumpman here does both face the same way. On past retros, they have like switched the direction of one shoe. This one, they have reverted it, but with the 23 on the booty tab there. And that is just printed on. It's not like its own piece. Some special 11s like the Gratitudes came with its own piece on the booty tab there. This one is just printed. And then moving on to the tongue of the shoe, you'll see another very distinct thing about the 11s is that vertical Jumpman Jordan branding tag. Very simplistic tongue. I love that. And then right behind the tongue, you will see quality basketball products inspired by the greatest player ever. And the shoe doesn't come with any extra laces, just these ribbon laces out of the box. Last time, or the most recent time that I remember a shoe doing this, was the Jordan 1 Praline, also a woman's exclusive. I don't like it. But again, I might not be the target audience for this shoe. So if you like it, you're justified. But personally, I wish they just came with just normal laces. I would have appreciated if they gave us an extra set of just white colored laces as an alternative. But ribbon it is, that's the only choice we get. And the eyelets here, it is leather too. So unlike a usual Jordan 11 setup, this is all leather. And in terms of the shape and design of the Jordan 11s, obviously designed by Tinker Hatfield. And according to Michael Jordan, it is his favorite Air Jordan ever. So a very special one. And a lot of people do love this silhouette. It is designed originally to have a more elevated look. So Tinker Hatfield used patent leather as well as ballistic nylon mesh inspired by a convertible. So the mesh would act as the cloth of a convertible's top, and the patent leather would be its body. And yes, the patent leather does also offer lateral support, so functionality, it does serve a purpose. Some people like in the comments saying it's one or the other. Like, you know, when you design a sneaker, you have to design it for function and aesthetics. So design takes inspiration from different things, which also needs to fit the requirements of a basketball player practically. So it's both. It's not just one or the other. And this shoe, true to its name, does come with this kind of pearl-like keychain. Feels kind of cheap. Feels like just light plastic, but it is what it is. It's there. Usually if I'm wearing a shoe, I always take the hang tag keychain off, but for the sake of the B-roll, lift it on to show you what it would look like. And in terms of the cushioning of the 11s, this comes with a Phylon midsole with a full-length Nike Air unit, as well as a full-length carbon fiber plate. So the 11s was actually the last Jordan shoe to use Nike Air. From the 12 onwards, they switched it to full-length Zoom Air. And the sole here, it is actually white. It's like off-white. It's not like super pearly white, but it's not like sail or aged. What is kind of yellowish is this outsole. Yeah, I just don't love that creamy color. You saw that on the Jordan 11 Rare Airs recently as well, which I just don't really like. I kind of wish they kept this just translucent white. That would have been beautiful. But herringbone traction on the heel as well as the forefoot, with the Jumpman poking through in the midfoot area, and you see the carbon fiber plate there. Carbon fiber is very light, but it's also very supportive, so it prevents your basketball sneakers from bending and twisting too easily. Rigidity is very important for basketball players. It also offers kinetic energy return. So when you explode, you want as much energy to kind of kick back as possible. And the insole of the shoe, majority white. It is a polyurethane insole. So that's one good thing. Molds to your feet the more you wear it. Adds a little bit more comfort. The box of the shoe, a Jumpman box with Jumpman branded paper. You will see this type of paper and branding on some other women's exclusives. In terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer, and for Jordan 11s, I have to go up half a size. The toe box here does feel pretty tight, does hurt over time if I went true to size, even though lengthwise, it fits me better. So I do recommend, if you have wide, ugly, fat feet like me, go up half a size. And in terms of overall comfort, it is still a decently low to the ground shoe. That is what Michael Jordan wanted. That is what a lot of basketball players want. Still, that core feeling is very important. However, the Nike Air is decent. The full length carbon fiber can feel kind of stiff if you're not used to wearing like a basketball shoe as a casual shoe. But everything else, I think it's a decently comfortable sneaker. And that brings the total sole score of the Air Jordan 11 Pearl to 28.5 out of 40. A pretty average score compared to other general releases. Now first, it is colorway. It's a majority white, pearlish looking shoe, so it's kind of hard to hate, but nothing stands out too much about this shoe. The mudguard area does have this kind of shiny, almost reflective sheen to it. So if you're into that, you might like this. Yeah, it is nice, but I can't say it tickles my sneaker hormones. And in terms of materials, I do like how the mudguard leather isn't like super thin or flimsy like some Jordan 11s can come with, and the leather on other parts of the shoe isn't like overly textured. Sometimes the texture of the leather can come through and it feels really nice and it looks really nice, but sometimes they like overtreat it, they go overboard, and the way the texture comes through just looks very artificial. It doesn't look nice. And in terms of the overall comfort, it does require a bit of break-in time, especially also if you're not used to wearing a Jordan Retro. It is flat, it can be kind of stiff initially when you wear the shoe, but after that, overall, I think it's a decently comfortable sneaker. And in terms of versatility, I think the 11s definitely has become one of the most wearable silhouettes ever, owing to just how easy the shape is, how clean the silhouette is, the wearability of the colorway. Come on, can't really complain. Majority white or close to white, off-white, sail, whatever you want to call it. And I think pants or shorts both look great with the 11s. And speaking of shorts, even though we're heading into the winter season in the United States, you might have the heat turned on unless you live in the West Coast where it's just always beautiful, warm weather. But if you do, it might feel a little toasty inside. So you might want to switch to shorts indoors. And thankfully, Kinetic Kings have sent me a few pairs of shorts as just come in super clutch. So all these shorts come with these very bold designs, which is rare to see. Usually people will wear like these plain colored shorts, but if you want something a little bit different, and if you want something of good quality, which I stress, I was maybe a little skeptical. I was like, they're probably just like $40 shorts that you would find in like a TJ Maxx or something, but you get them in hand and it's thick. You can feel the weight of it. It is not like light, hot trash. And what I love is that they actually stitched their branding on there as well. It's not printed, so it won't come off in the wash. And this pair that I have, it is Japanese style. You can see a dragon and a tiger, and it fits me perfectly because I do have an entire sleeve where it is a tiger and a dragon. So I'm not like wearing these and lying to you about the type of artwork I like. I literally have it tattooed on my body. So go to the link in the description below. I'm gonna link it here as well. Use the code SI20, get 20% off. You need these. Good quality, good design, makes you look good. And today's throwback of the day, speaking of a woman's Jordan 11, it is the Jordan 11 Olive Luxe or Neutral Olive that dropped back in November 23rd, 2018. So this one had a few modifications, came with a gold Jumpman lace debray, as well as the lateral Jumpman as its own piece. Also switched out ballistic nylon mesh for suede, and you see that mudguard area is also different, not patent leather. Opts for this kind of distressed look, and inside the tongue there was also a serial number printed. As a person that loves olive, I think this is a pretty decent Jordan 11, and in my opinion, definitely better than this Jordan 11 Pearl. The other 11s I've reviewed so far as part of this huge batch of 11s that Jordan Brand is giving us in this holiday season has been the Jordan 11 Rare Airs. Didn't like that shoe. I think the Jordan down the eyelets is The way they did it anyway is just kind of tacky. It existed in like early samples back in the day in the early 2000s, and I think they took it off for a reason. Just, I don't know. I didn't love it. But compared to this, which one would I take? I'm taking this one. I'm just not big on those rare airs at all. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 11 Pearl. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come. The whale shoes.